Hey guys, I'm Craig, and today for the Surfboard Guide, we're going to check out the new Triplet by Softech as part of their epoxy series. So the Triplet is a epoxy soft board by Softech, and I've been riding it in the 6.0, which is 35 litres. So looking over it, it's kind of got a bit of a performance fish kind of outline. You know, holds a little bit of width, but still comes into a pointy but rounded and very safe nose. Holds a lot of width through its outline, pulls into this nice little flyer kind of bump, and it comes in this neat little swallowtail. Rocker, very gentle, you know, keeping it really easy to paddle into waves for, you know, beginner intermediate surfers, but also enough rocker to keep you out of trouble. So if you actually do get into some decent waves, which we'll talk more about later, you know, you're not going to nosedive. A lot of these boards are really flat, and you know, they're lots of fun and get across flat sections, but you're getting a bit of sucky, steeper stuff, and they struggle, but this does not. The epoxy soft, or the epoxy series by Softech is, I believe it's an EPS core. It has a stringer down the center to keep it nice and stiff. It's wrapped in like a 6 ounce, I think they call it an E-glass, and I think it's vacuumed to get a lot of resin out, keep it really light. And then it's wrapped in this really nice soft exterior. So the outside, I don't know if you can see, you can kind of push it in. If you cop that in the face, you know, probably still wouldn't be great, but it'd be much better than getting a fiberglass surfboard in the face. And the bottom is a hard slick bottom. So a little bit of push in it, but you can hear it's pretty firm, and you can hear that kind of core under it. And it's nice and stiff and keeps like water moving across it. Lots of speed, really, really easy to surf. I've been riding this, I've actually had two. As you can see, I've got one in the background here, across the last 2 summers, and I've found them a lot of fun. I've been a big fan of softboards. I've got a family, young kids, we go to the beach, hang out in the flags and stuff like that. In Australia, you can't surf like a fiberglass surfcraft in the flags, but most beaches you can ride a softboard. Not sure about the epoxy, but you're not going to get in trouble unless they have a good look at it. But anyway, I've been able to ride these in the flags. And also when waves are average and I want to keep my expectations really low and have a lot of fun, I grab like a softboard and end up having an absolute ball. What I like about these epoxy cored softboards is, you know, with the stringer and the epoxy core, they stay really sort of stiff underfoot. So being a heavier guy, some of the softboards that don't have that sort of stiffness through it, they'll feel really fun, but your bottom turn, the board ends up bending a lot. You lose a lot of drive, lose a lot of speed. They don't really go anywhere very quick. With these epoxy cores and the stringer, feels like a normal kind of surfboard, like a normal surfboard, keeps its sort of stiffness, keeps that drive, keeps that speed across sections. And with that rocker, you know what I mean? If you're at the beach with a family, waves are kind of pumping, you can get on this and have a really good surf. And you know, it does feel different than a performance shortboard or surfboard, but it's not too far from it, and you're gonna have a pretty damn good time. One of the best parts is Softech come with the FCS 2 system. So if you get a Softech Triplet, you get a lovely set of really soft fins. They are a thruster set, and as you can see, fair bit of flex. Really soft, really safe. So if you're a beginner or you are surfing around people that are in the flags, beginners, children, they're probably a good idea, because these things, if they hit you, would probably hurt you. So they come with a soft set, they're FCS 2 compatible, bang, pop in, pop out, they're great, and they come with a board. But in this, I end up surfing in some decent waves, you know, away from people and that, and I ended up riding the MR Twins. So the MR Twins, 2 upright twins, center stabiliser, and they felt absolutely perfect. I think they kind of complemented the sort of fish design and the outline. You know, this little flyer bump sort of thing felt really natural with a 2+1. I took the stabilisers out, felt a little bit too loose. I feel really at home with the stabiliser there. Feels really in control. Lots of drive, speed, felt absolutely perfect. But you get one of these boards, if you've got a thruster set, I'm sure the AMs, DH, any sort of thruster set feel really good, but I've got these are really trusty. I've ridden these, this set is actually like probably 4 years old. You've probably seen it in like at least half a dozen reviews. Really trusty and a favorite set of mine. You can also get these, I'm not sure the construction name, but when we did the Mason Ho Softech review, we had the MR Twins in sort of like more of a closer to like a plasticky kind of composite. So if you want something that's kind of in between safe and in between performance, they'd be really, really good to check out. But these are the full fiberglass one, really firm, really stiff. Surprisingly, these FCS 2 boxes are so, you know, solid in the board. They hold the pressure of a solid fin really well. You know, this is my second now, no cracks, boxes aren't coming out. Feels absolutely perfect. So the board is really solid, you know, and it's been really good. Overall, the triplet was a lot of fun. I've had it actually for 2 summers now. It's coming into my 2nd summer. It's something I've been throwing in the car, putting the kids on. Really easy to surf. Like I said, if the waves are good, I can get some decent waves on it, throw a leggy, you know, the decent fins in it, and have a really good time. It's really stable, gentle rocker. It's quite wide, it holds its outline. I throw my 6-year-old on it, he gets up, he can stand up on it, have a bit of fun. You know, everyone can kind of get on it and have a lot of fun. The epoxy core keeps it really stiff, so you've still got a lot of drive in the board, and you're getting some decent waves, and it does go pretty damn well. And in Australia, you can't surf a fiberglass surfboard, or at least on the East Coast anyway, in the flags. So in most areas, you can get away riding a softboard, even though this is kind of pretty firm, but you can ride these in the flags. And you know, in summer, it seems to be the way that in the flag hours, the waves are kind of good. There's always fun little banks. And when you can't get there on your fiberglass surfcraft, it's good to have a backup to get out there and have a bit of fun. Look, overall, love the triplet, heaps of fun. I really like softboards, especially ones that are put together so well like this. You know, they keep surfing really fun, really fresh. You know, even if you're not in the flags, you get out on the softboard, your expectations come right down, you end up having an absolute ball. Look, overall, I loved it, and hope you get a chance, check one out. Thanks so much for watching.